Good morning, just getting packed up. It's 7 o'clock. We did not sleep well last night. There was another tent that slept inside with us, and the poor gentleman snored so loud. It was crazy. None of us slept. Vince even had earplugs in and it didn't work. You can see my breath. It's very cold out. I'm hiking out with all my layers on. I even got my long johns. Oh, you can't see. The gimbal is like, what's happening? Come back. There we go. Yeah, I'm hiking out with my puffy, 2 shirts, my long johns, and my shorts. So I'll probably have to stop in 15 minutes and start taking layers off on the trail. We're hoping for 19.7 today. That is our goal. We are pretty much out of fuel. We have minimal food left, so we really need to make it out. Doug's ankle's really sore. There's a few bailout points if we have to, if his ankle gets too bad, but he thinks he's going to make it. So yeah, it should be a fun day. Okay, so all the layers are off now except for our regular hiking layers. We just did our 600-foot climb right out of camp. First thing this morning, 0 stars out of 10. Would not recommend. And now we're doing a 2-mile downhill just to do a 3-mile uphill. Kinda not fair, but that's okay. We'll enjoy the downhill. Look! 250! Woohoo! 250 miles. Yay, yes. We were telling Captain he needed to get into town and rest his ankle. And then look what happened. A truck pulled up and said, "Are you guys okay? Does anybody need a ride into town?" So he is taking the ride into town. So this used to be a private zoo where they would keep all the animals from movies and stuff. And you used to be able to see like a grizzly bear and lions and stuff, but thankfully they're not here anymore. But there's a bunch of dogs. I think it might be a dog kennel now. So we just had a bit of a break. We've got about 13.5 miles left for our almost 20-mile day. And it's mostly downhill after this, so we were doing really good for speed this morning, and then all of a sudden we slowed down. So we're hoping we get into town before dark. It's a really rocky trail, but I was just saying to Vince, it's a nice gentle grade down, that it shouldn't destroy our feet if it stays like this all the way into the highway or interstate. And there's little patches of shade. The sun is warm. Vince is loving it. I melt in the sun, but oh my god. I'm hoping we're not going to have a problem finding a place to stay, because I got a message from Captain that he's having trouble finding a vacancy in Big Bear, so we may be sleeping in our tent tonight. I wouldn't mind if we could find a campground, even just something that had showers. That would be fine too, because we can do all our laundry at the laundromat, but hopefully there's room at the inn. So we just stopped for a quick break. Vince had a few blisters he had to wrap. For some reason he's getting more than me. I had a little bit of service, so I got to check in with some of my friends, which was really nice. I got to message both my kids today, wish them a happy Easter, so that was also really nice. And then just looking at comments from people and that are just cheering us on, and it was just really uplifting, and I really needed that. I guess I didn't realize how much I was going to miss everybody. We've been gone over a month now, and just talking with my friends just makes me feel just a little bit better. And I missed my dad's birthday on the 14th and Sonia's birthday on the 14th because we had no service. So that kind of bummed me out a little bit, but I love both of you guys. It is no indication of how I feel. There was literally no service. I tried. I tried to send a message through my Garmin. I sat out on the little balcony, I guess you could call it that, of this broken down cabin. We stayed at last night because lots of people were getting service and I just had no service and I just could not connect and send a message. So I really tried, and I love you guys both. Vince also says happy birthday. So we just had a little lunch snack, 8.5 miles to the interstate, and we're road walking for a little bit down this dirt road. I think there's one more water source before we get off, so we're going to make sure to get some water there because we both only have about 1 liter left. And it has been really warm in the woods. I guess because we're getting down low in elevation, so it's heating up. It's always tough after sitting for a break for a few minutes, because then you start walking and everything hurts again. But usually after a couple minutes it all figures itself out again, and then it's just like you didn't stop. All the old hurts come back. Coming down the road, I saw this mud puddle, and I was like, please don't let this be the water source. But it's actually flowing. So there's a little stream coming down here. So we're going to get a bit of water and then move on. So Vince read the elevation today. And other than a little morning climb, he's like, oh, it's downhill all the way to the cutoff for Big Bear. Well, over 20 miles. It definitely just looks like little ups and downs along the way. But when you zoom in on it, as you get closer, you realize there's more climbs. There was a 300-foot climb, and then I think we have about another 200. So he's fired from map reading from now on. Hi. I still like you. But he's no longer allowed to read a map. Look! Joshua trees! Look at it! That's for Captain. We saw our first ones just down a little bit, but I didn't have my camera out fast enough. Look at this place. It has its own like windmill, its own little water thing. It's huge. Like huge. I smell like a stinky bum. We're walking past this like $1 million house. It's crazy. We made it to the interstate, 19.7 miles today. Yeah! Now we gotta try to get a ride or call someone to give us a ride. We're hoping to hitch though. Okay, so it's been a bit of a whirlwind since we left the trailhead. We ended up trying to hitch for a little while and that didn't work, so then we called a couple numbers for some local places that pick people up. We had a guy that was going to come out in half an hour, but he said if you get a ride just call me back and cancel, and then like 2 minutes later somebody picked us up. So we got a ride in from someone who knows the town really well, told us a little bit of history, drove us to the hostel that we're staying at tonight. We checked in, we ordered pizza and salad and had showers, did our laundry, and now it's about 10 o'clock and we're getting ready to go to bed. Our plan is still to hike out tomorrow, so we're trying to stick with that plan. It's really hard to get out of town. But it's been a really good evening. Quads and Not Sorry are here, and so is the captain. So we've got to hang out with them a little bit tonight as well. My gratefulness for the day, I think, is just Vince and I worked together as a good team today. We made 19.7 miles, which is our biggest day so far. So I'm really grateful for having him here on the trail with me, and just that we can do hard things together and do incredible things together. So that's it.